If we lean too much to enforcement, we would literally have to increase our intervention rate and slow down the movement of goods and services through our ports of entry. We would be in constant audit mode and investigations to obtain the necessary assurance that there have been compliance with all our laws. We have a legal obligation to do so.
Which this year is celebrating its 70th anniversary, has 185 members. That's basically 99% of trade. So out of those 185, already 172 members have signed a letter of intent to implement this tool.
Now, there are other complementary custom modernization programs that we must make sure that they are in place. And in Namibia, within the 2 years period that we've been functional, we have ensured that we have implemented advanced ruling, so that when our traders or those who are using our borders, they are importing or exporting, they have already been given a binding ruling in advance so that they know what is happening.
We move beyond our narrow self-interest, and we join in a shared and common purpose of economic prosperity, not just for our businesses or our administrations, but for the people who depend on us, for economic prosperity, for security, for safety, for stability. And in this regard, we must see the face of every granny.
Is a special economic zone. It's the largest one in South Africa at the moment. We have 59 operational investors coming from South America, Europe, Asia, and a majority of Africa countries. At the moment, we signed 30 new investors.
I therefore, ladies and gentlemen, would like to implore business in the region to join this AEO program and realize the desire on the part of the customs administration, mutually beneficial partnerships. We will be, after this, engaging with the East African community, the West African community, Central and North Africa, to sign mutual recognition agreements and even going beyond Africa.
And the grand plan for us is that we are going to firstly solidify and create a platform for all stakeholders to come together. So this will not end here. This is just the beginning, and we took a lot of lessons out of this process as the Secretariat, and rest assured, we are going to build a platform that is solid, that will be able to also influence policy and direction in terms of our member states when it comes to the Authorized Economic Operator Program.
We can promise the organizations all these benefits of the AEO program, but without commitment from both the SACU and the revenue services, it is just talk. We have been in this program for the past few years now. I have seen these benefits. They are there. It's not just on paper. We have actually experienced most of these benefits that have been tabled here today. But the important thing is the commitment from both the private sector and the revenue services.
Governments make policies. Governments do not trade. Governments make infrastructure. Governments do not trade. It is business. It is the business people who do the trade. And with the AEO, from the experience we have had in the EAC, we bring business into the center of doing things.
I think the IT connectivity also it complements so much the AEO program, because if we are integrated as member states, then we are actually able to facilitate the AEOs.
We are working on coming up with the structures, putting structures in place for us to be able to serve our AEOs, for us to be able to identify our AEOs. And we cannot do that alone as a revenue service. That is why we have already started collaborating with other border agencies. We have a committee of border agencies to look at the key issues that can afford us to make cross-border trade seamless, as it has been said in this forum.
Voluntary compliance, in not so many words, means you do what you're supposed to do and you do it correctly. And you can only do that after you have been given the capacity to be able to do it correctly. So it is at the heart of our strategies. And let me just add here that following our visit to Namibia a few weeks ago, we have also established, or we are establishing our own television station in the organization.
We have a television.
And we intend to produce material on an ongoing basis through the very many experts, customs experts, tax experts that we have in the organization, and then deploy.
We must hold ourselves and each other accountable. I am not frivolous when I say you must set and hold us to a high standard, because we will hold you to the higher standard. And then the last characteristics of great partnerships is reciprocity. There has to be give on both sides. It cannot just be take. Know that you can make a difference. Know that you are in a position of immense privilege. You have the power of influence as well as of means to make life bearable.
If not you, then who? And he said, help us help you. So it goes back to what AEO stands for. It's us coming together. Our ports connect us, and customs has a duty to serve all of us and to bring us together and make us one. Prof. Edward Kitsweta, thank you very much for the message.
Which this year is celebrating its 70th anniversary, has 185 members. That's basically 99% of trade. So out of those 185, already 172 members have signed a letter of intent to implement this tool. And this unique international instrument has ushered in modern supply chain security standards and heralded the beginning of a new approach to the end-to-end management of goods moving across borders, while recognizing the significance of a closer partnership between customs and business.
This is customs to business, customs to partner government agencies, and customs to customs partnerships, which underlies the importance of partnership. And this has been said over and over again this morning by the speakers. It is not something that we as customs do to business, but rather something that we and business do together for mutual benefit.
So I think what we need to do is to focus our efforts and to invest wisely in what return we get on the investment in human capacity. And by the way, I'm a huge supporter of investing in human capacity. It's the only differentiating advantage that any organization will ever have is its people. When the student is ready, the master appears.